Hello, everybody. It's Jessica, and I'm here again to share with you another cool coping skill, which is volunteering. And I know you're probably thinking, why volunteering? Because it takes up a lot of time and takes a lot of money, and everything's closed. Where am I going to volunteer? Well, I'm here to tell you that you don't have to be rich to volunteer, and it definitely doesn't have to take up a whole lot of your time. And you can do things right in your own backyard, in your own neighborhood, that doesn't even require you to connect to another agency. So there's so many great benefits that you can receive through volunteering for others. And some of those great benefits can include a reduction in stress and an improvement in your mental health. Especially for those that are experiencing depression, anxiety, ruminating negative thoughts. When you volunteer, your mind isn't focused on those things that are running through your head. Instead, you're focusing solely on helping others. And when you're helping out others, you're increasing that feel-good hormone. It makes you feel great when you're giving back to others. So you might feel more happy or feel more compassion towards others. It can help you grow in areas that you may not have been able to grow without giving back, because you're experiencing things outside of your norm. You're not focusing on your everyday life. You're focusing in on helping others in need and changing the lives of others. And again, that helps you feel better about yourself. It increases self-esteem and can even increase gratitude in your life. A lot of times we're so focused in on those negative things going on in our lives, we forget the good things that we have going for us. So sometimes it takes volunteering with others to help trigger those good thoughts back into our head, to let us know we're not as bad off as we think we are. In fact, we're very blessed. We're very lucky to be where we are. And another great thing that you can get is building relationships with others. You might find yourself building relationships or friendships with somebody that you volunteered with that can last well beyond that volunteering period. And you could access talents within yourself. Maybe there's talents you didn't know you had, or maybe you just haven't had any avenues to use those talents to help out others. But when you volunteer, you're able to use those tools within yourself to build others up through those things. So those are some cool benefits that you can expect to receive from volunteering. So now let's talk about some volunteering activities that you can do in your own backyard. Well, some of those can include giving back to others through grocery shopping. So maybe there's that senior citizen in your neighborhood that can't quite make it up to the grocery store and doesn't have financial awareness to purchase those items. Well, maybe there's a food kitchen or a food pantry that you can access for that individual on their behalf. You can stand in line, get their groceries, and drop them off at their front door. This way, you're not interacting with them, you're staying 6 feet apart, and they still get those groceries, and you've done something really well for that particular individual. Or maybe you're great with animals. You find a stray animal running through the neighborhood that hasn't eaten in a while. Maybe you can contact a humane society to come pick up that animal. Maybe you can drop them off, or maybe you can even set out a saucer of milk or some tuna for that kitten or that dog running through the neighborhood that's hungry and wouldn't get a good meal otherwise. Or maybe your tools are gardening or cutting the grass, and there's a family without a lawnmower that needs your help. You can mow their grass for them, or maybe even create a little garden in your neighborhood or in your backyard where you can grow fresh fruits and vegetables. That's particularly helpful in these food deserts, these places that don't have access to grocery stores or fresh fruits and vegetables. You can grow them in your neighborhood, and individuals in your neighborhood can have access to those fresh foods. So there's just a lot of great things that you can do, and there's probably other things I haven't even noted that you could do, but think about something that you could possibly do this week and try to do that activity. So now let's talk about how you even start volunteering. Where do I even begin, especially when everything's closed because of COVID? That's a really good question. Well, first of all, you want to find your passion. Volunteering helps you find your passion. Sometimes it takes you volunteering in a lot of different areas, but try to think about where you feel like you can do the most good. Is it with kids? Is it with the elderly? Is it even with Mother Nature? Maybe there's trash all over the neighborhood, and you're one of those people that likes to pick up trash and make things look better. Well, that's something that you can do. That is volunteering right there. Think about those things that you're really good at doing and use those talents to pursue activities where you're volunteering and giving back to others. So think about tools within your art yourself. Maybe you're good at singing. You can sing to neighborhood kids. You can sing to people in the nursing home. Maybe you have a great voice. You like to read or write poetry. Create those things for your neighborhood. Show them how to be creative. Maybe you're good at drawing, or you're very artistic. Maybe you can talk to some of these neighborhood businesses that will allow you to create some positive mural on their building, or create positive artwork and pass it out to others. Or even knitting, with everybody protecting themselves from COVID, from all these illnesses that are popping up. Even because it's almost flu season and there's allergies popping up, sometimes people need a mask and they don't have access to a mask. They don't know how to make them, and they can't afford to purchase one, or they don't know where to find one. If you're good at knitting, make a mask for that individual and pass it out to them. That's volunteering as well. And maybe you just don't know where to even start. Well, it's okay to ask around. Ask around and see where you can be of use. Ask your friends and your family and your neighbors, like, is there any way that I can help you? Maybe you're good at cooking and they are not good at cooking a good meal. Make a meal for these individuals and pass it out. Or, you're good at talking, create a support group. You have a group of friends or people in the neighborhood that you're trying to connect together. Have them sit 6 feet apart in your lawn or at the park and talk to one another. Check on one another. Or maybe there's some lonely people sitting in their apartments that have access to nobody. You can be that one person that calls them up and just says, hey, how you doing? I was just thinking about you today. You could really change somebody's perspective and somebody's mind, somebody's heart, just by checking in with them. You never know what people are going through. And especially with all this going on in the world right now, being alone is something that a lot of people don't like. So you just checking in on them every once in a while can make all the difference. But that's just a few ways that you can try to start volunteering, as well as some little tips on what you can do to volunteer, even though everything is closed. So think about that this week. Try to volunteer. Get out there and volunteer. And as always, I love to hear back from you. I love to hear feedback. So let me know how it went for you, what you liked about it, what you would change, and just get back with me when you can. But until we meet again, I hope you all stay safe and you take care, and I will see you all soon. Bye.